Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. Once again here with my percussion setup. In today's video I've got a special one for you today. I'll be going through 5 tips for improvisation when playing either your drum kit, you can relate it to a drum kit, or your percussion setup as I've got here. Okay, so improvisation of course is something which all musicians really need to be able to do. You know, it's one thing to be able to learn a song and then just like play it exactly as it is on a record, for instance, but being able to add your own flavor, your own kind of stamp on certain things, it's just definitely a good thing or a good tool to have as a musician. It allows you to be more creative, play with freedom, and that's what we all like to do, you know, and be experimental as well when playing your percussion or playing your drum kit. So hopefully today's video helps you in that regard. Now, if you're interested in my full percussion setup here, please check out the video that I've already done where I go through all of my instruments here individually, where they're from, what I use them for, etc, etc. Check that out, I'll link it at the end of this video, and I might pop a link up above, so check that out. But yeah, today I'm going to be using my cajon brushes for pretty much all the improvisation that I do. I've got my thicker ones here and my thinner ones. Once again, very quickly, if you're interested in my stick collection and how that can help you in your playing and improvisation to get different tones and textures from your instruments, check out the other video that I've done on my stick collection and how that can affect your playing. Link. So, we're going to get straight into it. Number 1, for me this is a really important one. Relax. Number 1 for me, relax when you're playing. Okay, of course, when it comes to a solo or a moment when you've got to improvise and do your own thing, sometimes you can tense up. One of the worst things that you can do when you're playing, because when you're tense, you're not flowing, you're not hitting the drum or the instrument in the same way, with the same touch and feel that you probably possess in a much more relaxed fashion. Okay, so just relax, breathe, just be free, and don't tense. I say it's easier said than done, but don't tense up. Just stay relaxed. And when you're doing your solo or improvising, you don't need to fill the whole solo. So sometimes just take a breath, and you might just play a little. Just allow you to get relaxed. And that's another thing that relaxing can allow you to do. Start slow and build into it. A solo doesn't have to be guns blazing from the top. You might start with something like this on the cajon. And you might build up to. And then just start to build it from there, move on to the bongos. Something like that anyway. Just mixing around, there are no rules. Just have fun. Anyway, moving on to number 2. Hopefully that made sense. Relax, enjoy your playing, feel your way into the solo. Feel your way into whatever improvisation you're doing in that moment, okay? So, number 2 for me, counting. Yes, I don't mean sitting there and counting sheep. That's probably not the best thing to do when you're doing a solo or improvising. However, counting is very, very important, I feel, okay? So, for instance, if you're playing a 4/4 beat, or you're playing to a 4/4 groove, like what I'm going to at the end of this video. I didn't add that actually. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you some improvisation from myself. So stick around to the end of the video. But say you're playing a 4/4 beat similar to this. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can count through this, that's going to help you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, counting through that, what that allows you to do is think about where you want to play and where you don't want to play. Because when you're soloing and improvising, sometimes you play within the beat. So you might mess around, play a few polyrhythms, but coming back in on beat is of course vitally important, especially when you're playing with a band and with other musicians. So counting is really important. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 4/4 beat, of course, very basic. You can break that up now and you can do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So to the music that would be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you get the idea there. Another way you can make it a bit harder, this all depends on what level you are as a player. You can do 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. 1E and a. 1E and a. 2E and a. Okay? So, that to the music would be, just unlock my phone, apologies. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E. Now, I don't expect you to count like that when you're playing, but just by understanding that count and where the beats fall within the 4/4 beat will allow you to be more creative and open up the possibilities of what you can do whilst improvising and playing potentially your solo. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So counting for me, really important. Something you can do, let me know in the comments if you think that helps you. This leads me perfectly on to number 3, which is, drum roll please. That was a terrible drum roll, but anyway. Beat placement. Now, beat placement, of course, is going to be in relation to your counting. I just said there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So where do you play your solo or your improvisation within that beat? Do you play on beat 2? Do you play on the and of beat 3? And that is how you can start to add more accents and more interest to your playing. I'll show you a quick example here on the cajon. 4/4 beat would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I start playing around inside the beat and you get this. Or this. There we go. So there, I'm still playing in a 4/4 time, but I'm playing around with the beat placements in between each beat, if that makes sense. So in between 1 and 2, I'm doing like maybe an and or a, chucking an extra beat in there. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, I'm much more of a player than I am a teacher, but hopefully you get the idea of how within the 4/4 groove, you can mix it up. So, that was number 3, beat placement. Moving on to number 4. Are we ready? This one here for me is really important. Dynamics. Dynamics, I think, are massively important in your playing. Light and shade, not always playing at the same velocity or with the same strength every single time or every single hit. Give you an example here on, what should I give you an example on? Let's go on to the congas. Here. See how that can add more interest to your solo. So, say I'm playing a little bit of a groove here. around there with a little bit of light and shade, a little bit of dynamics, mixing up. That can apply to different instruments like the wood block. How hard you hit it. Probably not the easiest sticks to use when playing the wood block, the cajon ones, but they work. And the same with the cymbal as well. Dynamics, so important with the cymbal. Within the dynamics, guys, it's not just how you hit the drum. It's not just hitting the drum, it's how you hit the drum or the instrument. I could just whack the cymbal like that. That is a harsh, horrible sound. Instead of, you hear the difference when you caress it and you play with a little bit of love and dynamics and feel. The different sound you can get. Nothing wrong with that sound if you want it, but it depends on how you hit it, how hard you hit it, all those things, okay? So, that, of course, is dynamics. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully you can see how, just by playing with a bit more light and shade, can add more texture to your playing. Yes, you get the idea. Right, so we're going to move on now to number 5, the 5th and final tip I have for you guys today. This one here is it's just my favourite one. I love this tip, and I think that this is vitally important to all of our playing as musicians. Space. And you can hear the space in here. There's a bit of an echo in this room, but space is so important in music. You don't need to fill all of it. Sometimes the little is more. Some solos you come across and they're mental. They're going crazy. Yeah, you get the idea. Filling every single ounce of the space. And some solos are like that. For me, it doesn't have to be. When you improvise, just chill. Go back to number 1, relax. Count. Where do I want to play? Where don't I want to play? Where do I want to place my beats in terms of our beat placement? How do I want to use dynamics to get a different feel and create a certain atmosphere with your playing? Okay, using dynamics. And then it all relates to space. How do I want to use the space? Now, if you're playing, say you're playing a 4/4 groove and you're playing with a keys player and he's giving you stabs. So the tempo's about there. Ba, ba, ba. They're the stabs, by the way, if you want to know what that sound was. In between those, you've got time to play. What you play is up to you. So if I'm playing that groove here, 1, 2, 3, 4, ba. Between those, I don't have to fill all of the space. I can play around with it. Fill some, leave some empty. Start simple, build it up, and get gradually more intense and more intricate in my playing. Quick example of that before we go through the full song. I've got a little royalty-free track here which I'm going to play through. But if I just start from the beginning here, this is how I might start a solo if I'm improvising on this. Space, just leave it. Leave that backbeat going, and I'll come with it. Enjoy that space again. Maybe a little bit of shaker. Yeah, just enjoy that space around you then as it starts to build. get the idea, guys. That is that. And that is just using space, but also incorporating the other things we've already spoke about. Shh. To incorporate into your playing. Relax, counting, understanding where you want to place your beats, space and the dynamics collectively can really help you to just have fun and enjoy your performing. And that leads me to a final bonus point I'm going to give you guys, because I'm feeling extra nice today. And the bonus point is there are no rules. There are no rules. Yeah, as musicians we want to stay in time, we want to respect the music that we're playing. So if we're playing a jazz style, we want to respect that style in what we play in relation. But in terms of when we're soloing and when we're improvising, there are no rules. Be creative. Look outside the box. And that's why for me improvisation is so important. And that's why I've hopefully made this video which will help you. So quickly just to recap on those guys. Number 1, relax. Number 2, counting. Understand the count. If you're playing in, I don't know, in 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2. Understand the count within that, so you can understand where you place your beats, which is number 3, beat placement. Number 4, dynamics, and number 5, space. Number 6, there are no rules. That's the bonus one. Anyway, I'm going to finish up this video, guys, by playing a little bit of improv myself. I don't know what I'm going to play. I'm just going to have some fun. I'm going to use my fat cajon brushes for this because I feel like I can get a nice tone out of all of my drums here that I have. And I'm just going to have a bit of fun. So, here we go. Here we go. Start this bad boy from the beginning. Crank it up. Yeah. Hey, just have fun, guys. And listen to the build now. You gotta love a build. Appreciate the space. Enjoy it. Yeah. Yes. Just enjoy it. Maybe change sticks. Just have fun, guys. Just enjoy it. Improvise. Hey! have fun, guys. Now that was just a basic, very basic improv, just enjoying it, having fun. Relaxed. If you make a mistake, does it matter? No matter what you do, whether it's music, sports, whatever it is you're doing. I'm digressing slightly, but in general, we never learn nothing unless we make mistakes. So when you're soloing, when you're improvising, be free, be experimental, and just allow your imagination to run wild. Using those 5 tips, hopefully that will encourage you to just be a bit more creative around your drums. Now, if you're interested any more in this sort of subject, please check out my other videos. You can see my different sticks that I use in relation to the different instruments to get different tones. If you have like a stick bag nearby, or I have like a percussion table I use where my sticks go on there, you can just swap sticks out in between your solo as well to get different tones and textures from your instruments. There's so much you can do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please post a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, helps us grow the channel. The channel's growing thanks to you guys. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I really do appreciate all the support. And I'll see you guys in the next video.